FXPassion, broadcasting you live on YouTube, and this is Forex Trading Course 101. Remember the three pillars. We are trying to build a strategy and or a system that is easy to obey, easy to understand. We are trying to understand how risk management works, and the big one, the psychology part. And talking about psychology, let's say together, I'm not going to live and die on a trade by trade basis. This is a quote from Mark Douglas. Hello Akos, how are you? Hello Vincent, hello Christian, hello Zuelius, ciao Giuseppe. And remember, if this is your first time with us, we are in the beginner module, everybody. So if you don't quite understand what is happening, the why, the when and the how, please go back to the Dukascope YouTube webinar page and start to watch and learn from the basic module. Of course, starting from lesson 1. Hello Miguel, how are you? Remember, 90% of traders lose money in the Forex market worldwide, and the webinars are not trading or investment advice. The webinars are for educational purposes only. Either way, don't trade with money you cannot afford to lose, everybody. And for homeworks and or questions, you have my Gmail contact, my Skype contact, and my LinkedIn contact. Hello Hassan, hello Romar, how are you? That being said, everybody, let's dive into the live markets and let's continue today. So today is going to be an upgrade from yesterday's lesson. Okay, how to trade the resistance in an uptrend. So here we are going to do a trading exercise. So this is the upper band, and today we are on NZD CAD. And remember what we are going to learn today. You are going to use the same logic. Okay, you are going to use the same logic in how to trade support in a downtrend. Okay, you are going to use the same logic. So let's first learn. We have a trading concept here. So trading concept that we must learn. So resistance in an uptrend is nothing more than a pivot point, everybody, pivot point on the higher time frames. Okay, so this is number one. It's a trading concept. Again, you can accept what we are teaching you, you can reject, no problem. Hello David, how are you? Hello Santano, hello Annie. So resistance in an uptrend is nothing more than a pivot point on the higher time frames. Okay, why is that? Because yesterday, if you remember, we copied and paste the support, resistance and pivot points from the monthly chart to the daily, weekly and 1 hour, 2 hour chart. Remember? Okay, and another trading concept. So trading concept, another. Let's change. So we can use resistance in an uptrend to, number one, take profits, and number two, trade the reaction. But this trade, it's high risk trade, not suitable for most traders. Okay, So we have two trading concepts. Number one, resistance in an uptrend is nothing more than a pivot point on the higher time frames. And the next trading concept, we can use resistance in an uptrend to, number one, take profits, and number two, trade the reaction, which is high risk. It's a high risk trade and it's not suitable for most traders. Okay, those are two concepts, everybody. And if you're a beginner trader, you should learn this. Namaste Patak, how are you? Patak sir, how are you? Okay, so we're going to use NZD-CAD, okay? NZD-CAD, let me check. This is the monthly time frame. How is positioned the weekly time frame? To have more examples. The weekly. Okay, we are going to do this exercise on the weekly time frame, okay? So we are going to draw we are going to draw something like this, and we are going to draw the resistance, okay? So where is, in an uptrend, where is resistance? So imagine a tennis ball, everybody, that is bouncing and then it's going to react. Okay, it's moving up, 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 it's going to hit the wall and it's going to react. So where is resistance? Well, this is not, okay, this is going to be the first one, this is going to be the next one, this is where, this is going to be the next one, this is going to be the next one, this is going to be the next one, and we can arrange this one, something like this would be better. And the last one, right, is going to be somewhere in here. Okay, we are going to color code this in red, the lower band. And remember, this is a concept, everybody, and you can use the same logic. Okay, you can use the same logic on every time frame, on every currency pair, and in a downtrend it goes the same way, just in the opposite direction. Okay, so we are here, the market was falling. Remember, NZD-CAD weekly chart is just an example. The market hit the lower band, right, and finally we have the confirmation, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Okay, so starting from now on, we are going to trade, and we are going to learn how to trade the resistance in an uptrend. So we are in an uptrend, the market's making higher highs, higher lows, right? Of course, you don't know this. If you want to be more secure, you can wait for another swing to happen. Okay, but we are going to start right here to make as much examples as possible. So the market is moving down, 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 right? Okay, now we have a trading opportunity. We have an opportunity to enter, right? We have a counter trendline break and we have a bullish candle, right? And we said that we can use this resistance to, number one, take profits, and number two, to trade a reversal, maybe to go short, right? So let's make a poll. Who in here wants to take a trade? And we are going to change colors first. So this is going to be green, the uptrend is going to be green, and we are going to have different stop loss levels. And why is that? Because if you are going to take profits at resistance, what we are going to learn today, and Miguel knows this, you need to re-enter. Okay, so we have two questions. Question number one, who wants to take this trade? And question number two, where would you put your stop loss? Stop loss number 1 is here. Stop loss number 2 is here. And remember everybody, don't be shy because there is no right or wrong. Okay? There is no right or wrong. You can say, oh, I'm going to wait, or oh, I'm going to go long and put my stop loss at the stop loss number 1. There is no right or wrong. I'm waiting for the higher high at least and a higher low. Okay, great. Thank you. Does anybody want to enter this trade? NZD weekly chart, the concepts that we are using, you are going to apply if you want, right? You are going to apply this concept on all time frames and all currency pairs. Romer says, okay, number 2. Okay, so Romer says I'm going to take this trade and the stop loss is number 2. Okay, so this is going to be the stop loss number 2. King, long and stop loss number 2, okay. Zuelius, great. Okay, great. Where do you want to take the profit? Zuelius, King and Romer. Where do you want to take the profits? Do you want to take the profit at resistance number 1, which is here? And remember, it's not a line, it's an area. Ground. Okay, do you want to take your profits at resistance number 1? Do you want to take your profits at resistance number 2? And let's change colors. Resistance number 1. Do you want to change color? Do you want to take profits at resistance? Come on. Okay, I'm going to delete this one, no problem. So for the traders who are entering the trade, do you want to take profits at resistance number 1? Do you want to take profits at resistance number 2? Or do you want to take profits at resistance number 3? Hassan again, also stop loss number 1. Akos stop loss number, Akos wants stop loss number 1 and Hassan stop loss number 2. Okay. Everybody who is going to take this trade, please type in the chat, where do you want to exit? Where do you want to exit? And remember, there is no right or wrong, but something is going to happen. Something is going to happen. Oh, this is the problem. Okay. Something is going to happen when the market hits resistance. Okay, or let's say like this, most likely something is going to happen because we don't have the crystal ball, right? Every time the market is going to hit resistance, something is going to happen. Romer number 3, okay. Christian, after another higher high, okay Christian, you're going to wait. I believe that if after 15-minute passion has not arrived, the webinar is automatically cancelled. Miguel, what are you talking about? Hello Miguel, I'm here, you know. I believe that I'm here, Miguel. Romer number 3, okay, maybe lower time frame would provide a better risk reward. No sir, this is the trick. Santano and everybody else. Santano says maybe lower time frame would provide better risk reward, and the answer is no. Okay, there are exceptions to the rule, you know, but so Romer wants stop loss number 3, Akos wants stop loss number 1, no problem. Everybody, many times the lower time frame is not going to offer you a better risk reward, or at least you are going to have a better risk reward, but you are not going to have a signal. Akos and everybody else, I need you to decide one or the other, not 1 and 2, 3 and 4, you know. Where do you want to exit? Okay, Patak top, which one? Resistance number, okay, let's write this down, right? So the first one is R1, resistance number 1. Clone, this is going to be R2, and one more clone up in here. This is going to be R3. At what resistance, everybody, do you want to take your profits? 7300. Okay, so you are in R2. Resistance number 3, if the market continue up move, it must make a higher high. Okay. 2, number 3. Okay, great. So let's see how this is going to play out, right? 2 and 3. Nobody says number 1. Okay. So let's see. The market is moving sideways, sideways, going up, sideways, bam. Right? Number 3, R2. Okay. So for the traders, not to mention everybody because there is a lot of people, all of you that are R2, right? Okay, what do you want to do right now? Do you want to take profits or do you want to stay in the trade? And before we continue, everybody, so now this is the challenging part, okay? And most likely beginner traders, me also, so we are going to struggle with this, okay? So we have rules, okay? Don't enter into a trade where you are going to risk more than you are going to make. Trading rules. Trading rule number 1. Don't enter into a trade where you are going to risk more than you are going to make. Okay. Number 2. So, and this goes with your plan, right? And we're talking about the plan. Number 2. If you, let me check. Okay. If we are going to take, profit, if we are going to profit take at resistance that is going to, what's the word in English? If we are going to profit take at resistance that is going to ruin our risk reward ratio, we must re-enter and make the planned risk reward ratio profits. Okay, everybody, so this is the challenging part in the beginning. What time frame should I use? I trade on the 15 and 50 minute. Ace, I would suggest you that if you are a scalper, you can continue on the 15-minute chart. If you are anything else than a scalper, then you should go on the 1 hour and above. And simply because there is too much noise on the 15-minute chart. Okay? Ako says, I won, take profit. Yes, you did, my friend. But your risk-reward ratio is going to complicate your life. Everybody, 1-to-1 risk-reward, it's not bad. But the problem with 1-to-1 is that you are going to work like a horse or a dog or whatever, and you aren't going anywhere. Okay? 1-to-1 it's better than when you are risking more than you are profit taking, but 1-to-1 trades are bad, believe me, because you are going to win one, lose one, win one, lose one. You aren't going anywhere, everybody, with 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Okay, so let's explain this trading rule first. You must learn this, everybody. Number one, don't enter into a trade where you are going to risk more than you are going to make, right? So this is a plan, and I'm going to use Romer as an example. So if Romer is going to enter in here, and let's change this color, and he's going to put the stop loss on number 3, right? Then what is the plan? Well, the plan is to make double, right? So if I'm going to risk 1, I want to make at minimum 2. And this is the plan, not the execution, this is the plan. And then Romer is going to say to me, well, but wait a second, you said that something is going to happen at resistance number 1, resistance number 2, and resistance number 3, right? And one of the rules that I am very concerned, we have another trading rule. It's number 3. Don't let your winning trade turn into a losing trade, right? So when we are trading an uptrend, everybody, on every time frame and every currency pair, we are going to encounter resistance for sure. And now we have a challenge. What should I do? Should I profit take, or should I wait and let the profits run? But the question is, I don't have the crystal ball. If I'm going to profit take, as Akos did, it's okay, because if I profit take, I am following the rule that don't let your winning trade turn into a losing trade. But if I entered here and I chose my stop loss number 2 or I chose my stop loss number 3, then I am not following the rule number 1. Don't enter into a trade where you are going to risk more than you are going to make. So if I profit take at number 2 and my stop loss is at number 2 or number 3, I need to be very careful, as Miguel says, not to form bad trading habits. And the only solution that we have, everybody, is number 2 in here in the trading rules. If we are going to profit take at resistance that is going to ruin our risk reward, so everybody in here who entered into a trade and chose the stop loss number 2 and stop loss number 3 and profit take at number 2 or even profit take at number 3, you need to re-enter, everybody, and make the planned risk reward ratio profits. Is this clear, everybody? If you are going to take just small profits, and I know some of you, if you are going to take just small profits, and then if you are going to close the currency pair or go to do some other stuff, you know, instead of continue to trade, you should continue to trade, then you are going to form bad trading habits. And you can check, it doesn't matter if you are on a live account or on a demo account, you can check your P&L statement. If you have $2, $5, $7, minus 30, and again $5, $2, $6, minus 40, you are maybe, you know, just maybe you formed a bad trading habit that you are risking more than you are making. I mean, you could have a good plan, but you have poor execution, everybody. And this is a struggle in the beginning. Believe me, I've been there. You know, oh, the market is going up, hit my take profit, oh, I'm out. And the stress and the tension, even if some of you don't believe me, right? Oh no, I'm not stressed, no, I don't have tension. Yes you do. Yes you do, because you're a human being and every beginner trader feels most likely the same way. Okay, so don't tell me no, I'm not tensed, or I don't feel anything. Yes you do. You know. What's up, Stoyan? So Ace, I would suggest you, if you are not a scalper, to go trade on 1 hour and above. Zueli says, if yes, the trade can continue. Romer, many trade on 30-minute chart. I don't know, Romer, if you answered to Ace. It's like you are telling them a story of mine. We are all the same, everybody. As beginner traders, we are all the same. Okay? We feel the same things, we have the same problems, we are seeing the same things, we are unable to see some things. We are all the same in the beginning, believe me. Okay, there are some exceptions to the rule, but 99% as beginner traders, we are all the same. Okay? So please watch this webinar in particular 2 or 3 times. You need to integrate these trading rules in your psychology journal. This is nothing more than psychology. You are going to make a plan. The plan is okay. You are going to enter with a great risk-reward ratio. It's a plan. Your plan is okay. So if I'm a scalper, I trade on the 15-minute and 5. Yes. Yes, Ace. Yes, you can. Okay, everybody, so your plan is okay, but then you have, not just you and me, right? We have poor execution. What does this mean? We are going to risk more than we are going to make, or maybe we are going to risk 1 and make 1, which is still bad, in my opinion, because we aren't going anywhere. Okay, so what is the solution? The solution is number 2. Okay, and this is why traders that work in a hedge fund or investment bank or a proprietary trading firm get better results than we do as retail traders. Why is that? Because traders, I'm not saying professional or successful, you know, beginner traders that work in an institution, a company or organization, they have managers that are going to look over their shoulders and that are going to push their ears if necessary. You know, you can still make it, everybody, no problem. Just integrate and just follow the number 2. If you are going to profit take at resistance. Now, what is the other challenge? Well, if you don't profit take at some level of resistance, you are risking the number 3. If you don't profit take at some level and we don't have the crystal ball, you are risking that your winning trade can turn into a losing trade. Okay? Oh, before I continue, Eddington, I would like to thank you. Thank you, you helped Zuelius. Everybody connect with each other. Okay, this is a community, everybody. If you have questions about anything, and if I don't have time, connect with somebody else. Eddington helped yesterday. Unfortunately I didn't have time, but Eddington helped Zuelius. So thank you, Eddington. And everybody, you should connect with everyone else, right? Connect on Skype or LinkedIn or Facebook, whatever. Okay, and try to grow together. So let's see what is going to happen. The market is moving, bam. The market hit resistance number 2, right? And the market is moving up and it hit resistance number 3. So the traders who chose the stop loss number 2 or the stop loss number 3, do you want to exit or do you want to stay in the trade, everybody? The traders that chose stop loss number 2 or stop loss number 3, do you want to profit take at resistance number 3 or do you want to let your trade open? What do you want? And the next question, is anybody here who wants to take a short trade? You know? Romer, I'm out. Okay, Romer, you need to remember, if you are out, you must re-enter on the next opportunity that is going to present to yourself. Because you chose number 3, right? Zuelio says stay. Patak, you too? You are right. Yes, you are. If you are going to profit take, Patak, you must enter on the next opportunity. Eddington, I have sent an email to Passion but no answer. How long should we wait? Oh man, Miguel is not seeing the webinar. And I'm not able to enter the email. We will have to stay in the trade regarding risk to reward. Hassan, you can stay into a trade, but you need to manage your trade and not let your winning trade turn into a loser. Okay? So let's see what is going to happen next. Nobody wants to enter a short trade? Does anybody want to enter a short trade? No one. Okay, great. So let's wait, right? What did we learn? We learned also the trend lines, right? Where is the trend line? Something like this. Okay, so let's see what is going to happen. Market going sideways, down, down, down. Okay, now for the traders who said let's stay in the trade, okay, let's stay in the trade, your trade when this market was falling, so the market just ate all of your profits and we ended most likely near the, okay, it's not a break even, but if I'm a trader and I'm staying inside this trade, I lost 90% of the profits. Okay, now what I'm going to do here? Well, I'm going to wait and wait and wait, right? And as soon as the market is going to fall near my entry, how many of you, everybody, close the trade in this situation? How many of you are going to you enter into a trade, the trade goes up for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and then the market reverses and it starts to going against you? How many of you close the trade because you are afraid of losing, everyone. And I know some of you, you know. Yeah, don't tell me no. This is normal. Okay, but again, this is a beginner's problem. So you have your plan, everything is in place, risk reward ratio, great entry. But again, because the market was against me, you know, I got scared. No, I don't get scared. Yes, you do. We got scared. It doesn't matter consciously or subconsciously, okay? We are not at that level of discussion yet. But how many of you are closing trades when you see the market reversing? Thank you, Santano, for being honest. I know, Patak, don't worry, yes. But some of you are said that, okay, let's wait. And let's wait for the market to run. Okay? So this is all emotional intelligence in here, okay? So try not to mess with your plan. Okay? Anyway, for the traders who profit take, this is where you must take a trade. Take a pen and a paper, everybody, and write this down. If I'm going to profit take at resistance, then I must enter. I must re-enter again. It's a must. Change stop loss number 2 to stop loss number 1. Okay, so Zuelius, I hope you know what you are doing right now. I hope you know what you are doing. I hope you know what you are doing, Zuelius. Everybody, if you understand, this is very interesting. I want to hear from you. What Zuelius just did, if you understand the psychology behind the trading rules, what Zuelius just did, is this a good thing or is this a bad thing? Zuelius says, I'm going to take profits at resistance number 3, and now I want to change my stop loss number 2 to stop loss number 1. What Zuelius just did, is this a good thing or is this a bad thing? And he says, when I think it's the top, I go to smaller time frame to follow the trade and I re-enter afterwards. You are going most likely in the same basket as Zuelius. Everybody, this is the okay, so let's say it's a mind trap. And we are talking about, of course, emotional intelligence. Everybody listen to me very carefully. Annie and everybody else, listen to me very carefully. If you enter, this is your risk. And this is your planned reward on the higher time frame. It doesn't matter, daily, 1 hour, weekly, whatever, okay? And you know, this is the market, right? Okay, so this is your plan and this is the higher time frame. If you get this, Annie, your trading is going to improve a lot, I promise you. Higher time frame. It doesn't matter, daily, 4 hour. This is your higher time frame that you are trading, and this is your plan. Okay, you have risk reward, but you exit because of resistance and the market starts to go against you. You are going to exit in here, right? So this is the example today. Okay, and when you change, right, when you want to micromanage your trades and when you change your time frame. So you go from the daily, just an example, but it's a great example. You go from the daily to the 1 hour chart. Okay, let's write this down. 1 hour chart. Okay, when you go from the, and I know some of you, thank you Annie for this great example. When you go from the daily chart to the 1 hour chart because you want to micromanage your trade from the daily chart, and you think that you entered a great trade, right? Great trade on the 1 hour chart, and you have that much of risk on the 1 hour chart, and you have that much of profit. It's a great trade. It's one for two, right? What is the problem now? It's a mind trap, everybody. What's the problem here? I'm going to tell you what's the problem. All what you see on the 1 hour chart, this circle is going to be this circle. This circle in here on the 1 hour chart, you entered a great trade, yes you did. With the great stop loss, yes you did. Great take profit, yes you did. And maybe the market even hit your profit. But this big circle, look the size of this trade on the daily chart. This is a mind trap, everybody. You still didn't earn what you planned. Okay? So you must be very careful, and this is what makes bad trading habits, and this is where you entered from a daily chart with a great plan, and because we are afraid, we are going to the lower time frames and we want to micromanage this rate. When in reality we are making less than we are losing. Because you could win the first trade on the daily, and you could win two or three trades on the 1 hour chart. And you need just one sucker from the daily chart, and you are going to give it all back to the market, everyone. You need just one sucker, and all of your 5, 6, 7 trades, the first one was on the daily, the next 5 were on the 1 hour chart. You need just one sucker, and you are going to give it all back to the market. Please tell me you understand this, everyone. This is a mind trap. You should not do this, everybody. If you entered from the daily, you need to re-enter from the daily because of the relationship between the risk and reward. From the daily chart, the swings are much bigger than from the 1 hour chart. How many in here, everybody, are not moving forward? How many of you are trying for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years and are still, I'm not saying that you are not making profits, but you are not making any consistent money to live from the market? How many of you? I've been there, don't worry, it's a normal path. It's a normal path. It's normal, okay? It's normal. Just bear in mind, Danny and everybody else, try not to do this. Okay? This is a mind trap. Don't micromanage your trade. You need to re-enter and follow your plan from the same time frame. Any questions, Annie and everybody else? And remember, I have a 20 seconds delay on the chat. Thank you, Akos, for being honest. Thank you, Akos, for being honest. So the question is, how are you going to improve, everyone? These webinars, these lessons are not going to help you unless you accept that maybe you need to improve some things, right? Yes. Everybody, what is the challenge? It's a mind trap, so you need to have systems or something that is going to look over your shoulder. You know? You need to, so this is the homework. It's going to be a difficult homework, okay? Homework. Build, for the lack of a better word, build a system or strategy not to fall into the mind trap. And it could be funny, but could be your wife or husband. Why not? We are in quarantine. If you are doing this, everybody, homework, build us, for the lack of a better word, build, invent, create a system or a strategy that is going to help you not to fall into this mind trap. And could be your wife or husband. Why not? Explain to your wife or husband that this is what you are doing and tell them, can you please check on me once per day if I'm doing this, and if I'm doing this, tell me not to do. This is a system or a strategy. You know? My cat, okay, if your cat is speaking to you, you know. Everybody, build a system or strategy not to fall in this mind trap. I don't care what or who or how, you know, but if you cannot improve this, you aren't going anywhere. Okay? And if you want, you can send me the homework. So, going back to Zuelius just changed his stop loss. Right? He took the profits at number 3 and the market was here, and Zuelius and everybody else must take the trade again, and Zuelius just changed his stop loss from stop loss number 2 to stop loss number 1. Zuelius, if you understand what we have just talked about, why is this a bad thing? Eddington says, by talking illogical risk, think of this as a business and ask if you would take the same risk with an investment of 100,000. If it's no, then you need to revisit your strategy and beliefs. Thank you, Eddington. I did not quite understand, but thank you. Zuelius, do you understand why what you just did is not okay? And everybody else, what's the problem? If you are staying, everybody, let me check the time. Okay, one more thing before we finish. Okay, so let's learn something more. Okay, so if you stay in the trade, cancel and replace the stop, canceling my English, canceling and replacing, the stop is okay. If you stay in the trade, Because some of you are saying, well, but you said that we should cancel and replace. Yes. So when you have the initial plan, everybody, you entered here, this was your stop loss, right? And the market can do anything it wants, you know. If this is your initial trade, you entered here, right? But you are not profit taking, so every time the market makes a new high, you can cancel and replace your stop. In this case, this is okay. The market is moving, I'm canceling and replacing, cancel, replace, cancel, replace. So I'm following the market, this is okay. I did not close the trade. Okay, then I'm sorry, Zuelius. I'm sorry, I thought that you said, oh, I profit take. I'm sorry, Zuelius, okay? I thought you said that you would profit take. But it's still a great example. Okay? So, and the other, many times you are going to hearing me say, don't mix apples with bananas, everyone. So if you enter a trade and you profit take where risk reward is ruined, then canceling and replacing the stop loss is not okay, because of everything that we just learned today, right? Risk reward is the answer. So take a screenshot of this, everyone, and print it out and put it next of your trading station or your computer. You should not mix apple with banana. Oh, it's the same. No, it's not the same. Yes, but there is no yes, but those are the rules. If you are going to exit because of resistance and then shorten your risk, then you are going to also shorten your reward, everyone. And this is a mind trap. FX, what you show now, that is what I do in a small time frame. Yes, thank you, Annie, for being honest. Okay, so let's write this down. Let's write this down, because when we shorten the stop loss, we also shorten the take profit. And this is the reason. Okay, everybody, our time is up. Did you learn anything today? Did you learn anything today? Today it was a difficult lesson, everyone. A lot of rules, right? A lot of rules, a lot of concepts, trading psychology, what to do, what not to do. I always use white stops. You can use white stop, just be careful not to risk too much. Okay, no questions. So until tomorrow, everybody, stay strong. Please do watch this webinar 2 or 3 times. This webinar in particular, and try to understand what we are trying to tell you psychologically, okay? It's not, okay, there are technicals. You have technical knowledge, okay? But what you need to pay attention is also psychology. Okay, stay strong and trade with passion. Until tomorrow, this is FXPassion signing off.